Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. In the last episode, we made it down Cycling Road from Ecruteak down to Fuchsia, and in doing that, we took on the Fuchsia City Gym, defeated Janine, the gym leader, and obtained the Soul Badge, our 5th Kanto badge. Now, we tried going south to Cinnabar in the last episode as well, only to find that the path was blocked by some boulders from an eruption at Cinnabar Island. So it looks like our only way to go from here would be to the east here. Oh, yeah, well, I'm not really focusing on the Pokedex, but I'll thank you all the same. Now, if I remember right, well, I'm not sure if this is the last game or this one off the top of my head, but I know this route in one of the two has a lot of trainers. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the case in this game. I can't say he was on the phone with his mom. I mean, I didn't have to interrupt him, but whatever. So yeah, honestly, most of this episode, actually, scratch that, the entire episode is probably just going to be working my way up this route and fighting a bunch of trainers along the way. Now, this route actually isn't really necessary for me to go up, but I kind of want to show it off anyway. And I want to get the experience as well from battling all these trainers. Let's see, we hit level 50 there, so I'm going to switch over to Elephant. So basically our plan here is to go east and then north up to Lavender Town, and I'm still debating on whether or not I actually want to go through the rock tunnel. I don't think there's really anything in there besides more trainers, but that being the case, I might go ahead and just go through there anyway. Going north through rock tunnel would put us right near the power plant right by Cerulean City. So in that way, we would have gone in a, big circle there. But I do want to be at least somewhat thorough in my exploration of Kanto, so I think I probably will end up going through the rock tunnel anyway. The only problem really with that is that I'm pretty sure I'll need Flash in order to get through the rock tunnel, so I'll have to swap somebody out for Paris again. Another Voltorb, huh? We'll just take that out with Elephant here. That's so nice to finally have Earthquake on Elephant. Yeah, I've been waiting for that one a long time. Yeah, that Mudslap TM actually carried us pretty much through the entire game, honestly. A lot farther than I thought it was going to. The combination, rather, of the Mudslap TM plus the Soft Sand, that is. Yeah, imagine if I had taught Mudslap to somebody else, and Elephant just wouldn't have a ground move for the vast majority of the game. Which is kind of like... I've already kind of talked about this a little bit, but, like, it's weird in these early games how they don't give a lot of Pokemon, like, moves that they can take advantage of the same type of attack bonus. Like Barber here, for example, how she just doesn't learn any damaging poison attacks in this game. Like, none whatsoever. I mean, we have Toxic, which will deal damage over time, but you know what I mean, like a direct damage move. Like Sludge Bomb, which I was so sure I was going to be able to teach her, but turns out I wasn't. Well, we managed to win this quite easily, despite having type disadvantages against both of our opponent's Pokemon, but now that's what having 15 levels on them will do. It'll be nice to get all the money, too, not just the experience from doing all these battles. Yeah, honestly, though, the experience is probably the main factor for me, or the main draw, rather. Whoa, that's a teacher, huh? I totally forgot about this trainer. I don't think we've seen this kind of trainer yet. Ooh, and I don't think we've seen an Apom yet, either. Apom you can find in trees. Typically in more mountainous areas, like by the trees by Mount Mort, if you headbutt those, you'll have a chance of getting an Apom. Apom's not really that great of a normal Pokemon, though. Pretty understated, and being pure normal, doesn't have any good type advantages, and doesn't really have that great of a move pool either. But yeah, no, that's weird. I don't think I've ever seen that. I feel like I've never seen that teacher sprite before, but surely I must have at some point. Well, I'm trying to think. I don't actually know the last time I came up this route in this game. It's been a long time. If I ever have, really. Like, this sprite just doesn't look familiar to me in the slightest. Oh, but I was saying that it's not just the money that's a draw for me. It's also the experience, because I am gonna still have to do a couple rounds of XP farming. The 8th gym that we're going to take on is actually a decent bit higher leveled than all the other gyms. And in that is actually a pretty decent challenge, so I think I might try to get my whole team to level 55 before that gym. And the final area is also going to be a bit of a doozy. I'm going to need my whole team to be like minimum level 60. I'm probably going to grind them up to level 65 though. So the more these trainer battles I do now, the less grinding I'm going to have to do later. And trust me, grinding in this particular game is not that easy due to all the discrepancies between the general weirdness, not discrepancies, I don't know why I said that. The general, like, weirdness of Pokemon's levels, like how low they tend to be. Now, the final area does have wild Pokemon that are pretty high leveled, so once we get there, that won't be much of an issue, but until then, it's pretty hard to find a decent place to level grind. Okay, got another Paris here, and then we'll be finished. Kind of an oddball, kind of an odd, rather, assortment of Pokemon that this trainer had. But yeah, like I said, the money won't hurt, although I don't particularly think I'm going to need it. I've been spending most of my money here in Kanto on stat boosting items, like I mentioned. I was giving Lance, my Dragonair, some stat boosting items. I haven't bought a whole lot, but I have bought a few. Just because, like, you know, I already have like 50 Ultra Balls. And I already have probably enough full restores to last me for the rest of the game. I could probably stand to get a few more revives, but that won't be too much money. Now, I know I said in the Suicune battle that I would be going for legendary Pokemon in this game. If I do decide to do that, it's not going to be during the main playthrough here. I'll probably just end up making bonus episodes after the series is over, showing me catching various legendary Pokemon. And if those do come out, it probably won't be right after the series is over. Just a fair warning about that. It'll likely be, well, some time after the series is ended. Especially because tracking down the other two legendary dogs, that being Raikou and Entei, is going to take quite some time. I think this is actually the first time we've seen a Weepin' Bell. We've seen plenty of Bellsprouts and Victory Bells, but I don't think anyone sent out to Weepin' Bell. Well, there it goes anyway, but yeah, that's Bellsprout's evolved form, and if you use a Leaf Stone on it, it evolves into Victory Bell. Okay, Barbara's up to level 50. I should have stopped to see what her speed was. But it's not that important. Let's go ahead and I'll switch over to Hot Pocket. You know, it's funny, when I did my first initial round of grinding against the Elite Four, or before the Elite Four, I really almost grinded all my Pokemon to level 50, or I thought about doing it, but fortunately it was kind of like, I misremembered their levels. I thought the Elite Four's Pokemon were going to be higher leveled, but it's a good thing that I ended up stopping, and honestly, a lot of the reason that I stopped was just because it was going to take so long to get everyone up to level 50. So, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. So yeah, it's really for the best that I end up doing it, though, because the Elite Four's levels as a whole end up being about 5 lower than I thought they were going to be anyway. So serendipitously enough, I only ended up grinding to level 45 instead of 50. But as you can see, we're already at, like, what, 10 minutes or so, and we've barely made it, like, a third of the way into this route, just because there's so many trainers along the way. They did this in the first game, too. I don't know, they just put so many trainers along this route. I guess in the first game, this was kind of, like, intended to be where you got most of your money. But it's not really as necessary in this game, especially because at this point, if we really wanted a lot of money, we could just re-challenge the Elite Four over and over and over again. But it did make more sense in Gen 1 when there wasn't like a cell phone kind of feature or anything like that. You couldn't rematch trainers. And in Red and Blue, it was actually possible to run out of ways to make money. It was very, I mean, you would have to go out of your way to do it, but it's possible to be out of money and in turn not be able to progress through the game because over there in Fuchsia City, there was the Safari Zone. Well, in Red and Blue, you get the Surf TM from within the Safari Zone, but you have to pay to get into it. So if you exhausted all trainer battles up to that point in the game, spent all the money on items, and didn't have any items to sell back to a Pokemart, then it was possible to be stuck, and you just wouldn't be able to go any further in the game. They did remedy this in Pokemon Yellow. If you talk to the guy enough times in the Safari Zone and you don't have enough money, I think it's like 10 times in a row of him telling you, no, you don't have enough money to enter, he'll finally be like, okay, look, you can go in, but I'm only going to give you one Safari Ball. And that was the game's way of making sure that you could finish the game. Because again, you needed to get into the Safari Zone to finish it. Actually, if I recall correctly, you got Surf from within the Safari Zone, but didn't you also find an item in the Safari Zone that got you the Strength TM as well? So, I'm pretty sure that's the case, because it wasn't the Warden's Gold Teeth. I'm pretty sure that that's two different ways that you could lock yourself out of being able to finish the game there. But yeah, that's just one of many ways in which the original Red and Blue were just whole heaps of a mess there. Now, if I'd gone over here... Actually, there is somebody over there. For some reason, I didn't think there was anything over on this side. Let me go ahead and take a look, actually. Yeah, cutting over here would just lead me back to that item, which, you know, can't be anything too important. I don't know what he's talking about, actually. If you train them at a place they remember. It kind of seems like he's implying if you train a Pokemon at the route you caught it on, it grows more friendly. I've never heard of that being a mechanic, though. Even if it is, to be quite honest, you don't really have to go that far out of your way to raise happiness. There are a million ways to do it. And it'll also happen naturally over the course of the game. Huh, yeah, looks like there's a patch of grass and somebody up there. But they're walking around, so they're not a trainer. I'm not really too concerned about it. Yeah, you also have to forgive me because I don't remember as well as Johto what all wild Pokemon appear in certain grassy areas in Kanto. Again, because I've played this part of the game a little bit less often. Oops, I think there's an item. Maybe it's over there. Or again, this could be the original game I'm thinking of. Yeah, the only one I remember off the top of my head is that there's Houndours and Murkrows in that grass by Celadon there. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing alright. I just woke up from a nice little nap myself. After recording a couple Stardew Valleys, I made myself some dinner. And then realized, then I took a nap. Woke up and then realized, oh, I still haven't recorded the 2 Pokemon Crystals I need to today. So yeah, if you're watching along Stardew Valley videos, this is the same day where, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, then I have to work 7 days in a row, so I'm not going to have many chances to record, so I need to record enough videos today to make sure I'm covered for that span of time. I will say that at least the trainers in Kanto here have, like, slightly more interesting Pokemon to take out in one shot. No, but yeah, they do at least have, like, evolved forms of Pokemon that we haven't really seen a whole lot yet. Instead of just, like, you know, this dude could have just had, like, a bunch of Geodudes and an Onix or something. But at least he had, like, a Golem and a Sandslash. But as I said, they do all still go down in one hit anyway, so... Shirley's speed is pretty high, too. 143, I think that said. Okay, let's get Elephant into the lead there. Yeah, this little maze here isn't too bad, honestly. It had a lot more trainers in the original game, from what I remember. And yeah, I think in the original game there was like some hidden items you could find around here. There's probably some in this game too, but again, even with items, at what point? Hey, it's Alex. At this point, like, really, what could they be? The best they could really be right now is like a rare candy or like maybe a TM. But even as far as TMs go, I've pretty much got my Pokemon's final movesets down, like, for the rest of the game, so... So, yeah, and plus with all the trainers we have to fight, that's why I'm just kind of, like, blasting my way through this. Ooh, this guy's got a Slowking. So, yeah, if you trade a Slowpoke with a King's Rock, yeah, it'll evolve into a Slowking. Slowking has slightly higher special attack and speed than Slowbro, but also has lower defenses, but overall I think Slowbro has the higher stat spread than Slowking. And also Slowbro is much easier to get. You don't have to trade the King's Rock, you just level up Slowpoke. Hey, I also just realized this guy said before he fought him, bowed down before my regal Pokemon. All three of this dude's Pokemon had a king in their name. Nidoking, Slowking, and Seaking, so that's kind of cool. Kind of seems like they were cutting loose. Yeah, the developers seems like they were cutting loose a little bit more at this part of the game when it came to designing the NPCs. Your Pikachu gang, huh? Oh god, he's not gonna have like 6 of them, is he? I had to say it, didn't I? Man, part of me is tempted to, like, fast... 23? Come on. Part of me almost wants to just, like, fast forward through this. But whatever, we'll get through it. Wow, it really is gonna be 6 Pikachus, isn't it? Well, at least it's easy battles for Lance to win here. You know what? No, I don't want to. Never mind. I was actually gonna do it. I was actually just... you know what? Well, I still have 4 left. Screw it. I didn't want to ever do this on screen, but I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward here. Oops. Yeah, let's just get through all these. I mean, it's just 6 level 23 Pikachus, right? Like... There we go. See, much better. Sorry if this sound there gets a little weird. It does that whenever it fast forwards, but... Yeah, I'd hoped to never do that on screen, but I didn't want to have to deal with all that. Okay, looks like we got 2 more trainers up here. Oh, come on, they're not even like twins. They are really like 2 trainers. Okay, he's only got one Pokemon. So it's not that big of a deal. Oh, it's a Farfetch'd. I don't think you can actually get Farfetch'd in this game. Also, I don't really know why Farfetch'd sprite is so green in this game, but... yeah, Farfetch'd really isn't very exceptional. It's actually pretty pathetic at this point in the game. Only in Gen 8 did it recently get an Evolve form, and then it's actually, like, the Evolve form is, like, somewhat good, but... no, in this game, Farfetch'd has, like, pathetically low stats, and there's really no reason to ever use one. Especially given that it's just another normal flying-type Pokemon. There's especially no reason to ever use one. Okay, let's see what this guy's got. Yeah, just another Pidgeotto, okay. I wonder if, wow, no, never mind. I was gonna say, I wonder if Extreme Speed would deal more damage than Dragon Breath, but it probably wouldn't, because I forgot I'm also holding the Dragon Scale. And a Furo. Nope, I'm good. Oh, whoops, that Steam notification is gonna appear. Oh, well, it went away. I'll have to remember to turn those off in the future. Okay, so we finally made it through route, I think that was 16. And then north up here... Oh no, that was 13, right? Yeah, 13, and now this is 12. So, alright, we finally made it past that route. And it looks like we're at about 20 minutes at this point, so... Yeah, I think I'm actually going to end up just calling the video here. So, in the next episode, we'll continue heading north, and then we will finally make our way to Lavender Town. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Pokemon Crystal. This is Hexlex, signing out. Have a good day.